Hey, what's going on, everybody? Timmy, aka Echoside Fiend here. So today is August 12th, and I think any Juggalo probably knows what that means. That means 20 fucking years ago today, the re-release of the Great Milenko came out. 20 fucking years. I was 20 years old when this fucking came out. Where has the fucking time gone? I have no fucking idea. But obviously, this stands as Juggalo classic today. It's many Juggalos' favorites. Not my favorite, but it ranks right up there. It's got a lot of my favorite songs on it. So the other day I was at work and I was driving around and I thought about how this day was coming up, and it made me kind of think back to this was a couple years ago, if I remember correctly, and I'm not even exactly sure where I read this or heard it, but I remember maybe it was like a Weekly Freakly, or maybe it was one of the Gathering seminars or something, but Violent J had said something about that they might not be putting out CDs, physical CDs, coming up soon at that time. That was a couple years ago, if I remember correctly. And I remember when I read that, I was like, man, I don't know, because I'm a collector. I think that's one of the biggest things about being a Juggalo. One of the biggest things that I like about being a Juggalo is the collection. Behind me, it goes more than you can see. Here, it goes down another couple levels there, and I love collecting all the CDs, and going to the store and picking them up or pre-ordering them or whatever, however you go about it, to get the bonuses with them and stuff. And so I was always like, when I read that or heard it or whatever it was, I was kind of like, ugh, I don't know. And especially at that time too, Bang Pow Boom had come out, So I'm like, if they stop right in the middle of the second deck, you're gonna have like Joker's cards 1, 2, and 3, and maybe and then no more on CD, and I'm okay with digital downloads. A lot of my collection now is digital download. There's really only a few bands now that I buy their physical CDs, and that's ICP, Twisted, they're Psychopathic, and Magic Ninja Artists. And then I always buy Clutch. I always buy their CDs, and then this other band, Enter the Haggis. I usually do that. They do crowdfunding, so I usually invest in that, and then you get the CD. So I always buy theirs, and I always have them sign them and stuff. And a few others. Flogging Molly, some of my favorite bands. I always buy their CDs. I usually pre-order them. But other than that, I'm okay with digital for the most part. Because I don't even have a home stereo anymore. If I want to listen to a CD, I got to use my Xbox One. But my TV has really good sound, so that's okay. Otherwise, I usually use my phone and like a Bluetooth speaker. I got one of the big ass Sony Bluetooth speaker. That's usually what I use. But when it comes to ICP, I gotta have the physical CD, and a lot of the love that I have for physical CDs is the story of just attached to it. Like I've talked about this before. This is actually a Hollywood version. This is the one that I bought the day it came out, and I lent it to a friend of mine, and he found it and sent it back to me. And I just got it in the mail about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half. So this is a actual Hollywood version, and I actually went to Music Land at North Kent Mall. And you can see the CD in there. North Kent Mall, which is gone now. The whole mall is gone. I went and got it the day that it came out. I got out of work. I had it reserved, and I got out of work and drove up there and picked it up. And it was probably like 3:34 in the afternoon that I got it. And then later that night, the guy that I had lent this to, that had found it and gave it back to me, he wanted to get a copy of it. So we went back later in the evening, probably about like 7 or 8 or so. For him to get a copy, and they were gone. They had been recalled, and so like that kind of story, kind of it was kind of I was kind of bewildered why they got recalled. Kind of sad for ICP and other people that couldn't get the CD, but it's still like a cool memory. Like this that I got out of work and I was all excited because I knew I was gonna get out of work and go up to the CD store, the music store, whatever you want to call it, and get that. And then as far as the re-release. That I was just out skateboarding one night, and me and some friends on our way out skateboarding, we decided to stop to the Woodland Mall, which is still there, and there was a music store in there called Sam Goody, and we weren't gonna go there. We were going someplace else in the mall, and my buddies wanted to get a new pair of shoes or something, and we were walking along, and I kind of bumped into a buddy of mine that he was kind of in our extended circle of friends. He wasn't really a skater, but just kind of friends with some of our other buddies, and he had it, and he's like, dude, it just came out, and this was on Tuesday, August 12th, and and I was like, no shit, and so I like ran to Sam Goody. That was the music store there, and got it, and so and then we were listening to it, listening to the songs that weren't on there while we were on our way out to go skating, and it's just cool. It's a good memory, and then obviously having a collection and all that, is really cool. So to me, like if ICP were to stop, making physical CDs, I think that would like take away a lot of the. I guess I'll say magic of being a juggalo. I love going and getting the CD and having the collection. When you go through them, and like this one had the puzzle pieces to look and see the Amazing Juckle Brothers is coming out, and and of course when they do the pre-orders, or even like Bang Pow Boom, came out with all the different versions, and I know a lot of people say that's a money grab, but I think it's a collector's thing, and it is a good way. For this day and age where people do download stuff illegally, it's a good way to generate some more profit, which they have to have because they own a fucking record company, so, which I know also probably actually producing CDs, manufacturing, I should say, probably takes quite a bit of money too, so you got to get your investment back, so I get it, but I don't know, man, I hope they don't go digital only, at the very least until the Joker's cards, the second deck is done, which I kind of have a feeling that they won't end up taking away physical CDs before that time, but I hope that they, don't, and I'd really, really like to see ICP, and Twisted too. I haven't heard Twisted say anything about it, but I just remember Violent J saying something about it, but I'd really like to see them keep putting out physical CDs, because part of what I love about being a juggalo and about this whole subculture is the collections and the trading and all that stuff. I love watching people's collections videos and going on the Facebook trading groups or selling groups, and not too long ago I never had the original Most Tasteless, and so I bought that. Some guy had it for sale on one of the Juggalo Facebook groups, and I bought that from him, and it's cool. I like building a collection and finding the stuff you don't have, and making trades or eBay purchases or whatever, or going to the store and picking it up or whatever, it's like a lot of memories attached to it, for me anyway, so, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And then as far as Great Milenko, man, fucking 20 years ago today, dude, I can't believe it, I just turned 40, so the 12th, obviously, so about a month and 2 days ago, I just turned 40, and it's like, I can't fucking believe 20 fucking years, that's insane to me. Absolutely fucking insane. And then what, a year and a month and a half since this one came out, and I still, like, remember that day, like, going to the fucking mall and picking this up and, rocking it all the way home and rocking it for the next few days, a few weeks probably, I should say, and then when the other one came out, switched to that one, and playing that one all the time, and finally just got this one back. This has been gone for me for probably almost all those 20 years, because I pretty much lent him this one when this one came out, and he's had it ever since then, and was able to put his hands on it and send it back to me, just like he said he would, so, anyway, yep, that's pretty much all I got. If anybody else has anything to add, it'd be great, leave it in the comments. Again, thanks for any support. I've been getting some subscribers and views, it's really cool, it's making this all worth it. Still trying to keep up with it. I'm getting really busy at work lately. They're building me my own route, so I've already got one day so far, and then I cover other people's days other times, and then so those are all, I go into a lot of them with having never done them before, so it's pretty nerve-wracking getting into a building and not knowing where anything goes, but it's cool though too. It's a good feeling when you get it all figured out, and it makes me realize that I can do it, and that there's potential for a lot of money to be made, so looking forward to that. So again, thank you for any support. I'm going to keep trying to keep the videos coming. I appreciate all the views, any subscribers, so I started with, I think, 2 or 3, and now I'm up to almost 40, so that's pretty cool. I appreciate it. So again, this is Timmy, aka Ecoside Fiend. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.